Kia ora koutou katoa. Hello, this is Lesley Ormsby, psychic medium, healer, teacher of spiritual and mystical things, and so much more. So part of that so much more is I do these monthly and weekly astrological reads or messages guided from spirit and my galactic team, and also connecting in with the energy of whatever star sign I am working with, which obviously is you, Taurus. So welcome to my YouTube channel, Taurus. I want to say thank you to those of you who have subscribed to my YouTube channel. I really do appreciate your support with my channel. And I just encourage, while I take this opportunity actually, to encourage those of you who haven't subscribed to my channel, to do that now or at the end of the video. So that would be really cool if you do. Also, if this if it resonates with you, give me a thumbs up or leave a comment. Okay, so whether that's on my Facebook page, if you've come across this video on on Facebook, please do the same. That'd be awesome. The other thing is these reads are general reads, so please only sometimes it's not always going to fit every week what comes up for you. If it doesn't, that's fine, just leave it. And just take what does resonate with you and leave what doesn't. And if the other side of that, though, sometimes if it doesn't fit right now, these are forecasts, so you may not understand it right now. But some of you may be anticipating something coming up, or have a feeling, so and how it could play out. So this could be clarity for you, or a little bit of confirmation, and for you as well. So the other thing is these reads are suitable for Taurus, whether you're in Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. So if you don't know what your other signs are, there is a link in the description box below that will take you to a website with a calculator on it. It's free, so you can find out what your other signs are. So and that will give you you don't have to watch all of them, the other signs, but sometimes it can give a bit more comprehensive overview about what could be coming up for you. So I just want to say, so the sun is about our personality, the moon is about our emotions, rising is about our soul, and Venus is about our love, okay? Love, what's happening in our love life. So that's just a quick, brief explanation, so you, kind of wondering why I'm saying that if you don't know. Okay, so the other thing is, if you would like to book an appointment with me, my details are in the description box below, or if you want to find out any more information about what I do. Okay, so now Spirit are working in a different way for me this week, not a very different way, but it's like they're bringing in the energy of more of a healing energy or purpose or aspect to the readings this week, even more so than they have been in the past with what's come through. So to some degree, every reading or session that you do, there is a healing aspect to it anyway. But they're just wanting to bring that more to the fore because of what is going on, not only just not so much with the COVID thing and all that, but there are shifts a lot of us are having, are seeing, are feeling, are identifying, and some of them are amazingly. They're all good things, but some of them can take us to an emotional place, and some, in a sad way. But some of it can take us to a happy place, which is way cool too. But it's just there's this mixed emotions that's going on that we are going through ourselves, and feeling it from others as well. So they're just wanting to bring in this sort of energy through the crystals, and that for you. Okay, this is for you, Taurus. So I'm using the crystal cards, the cards from this deck here, the Crystal Spirits Oracle deck. So I'm not reading from this book because I don't feel You know, the Spirit are giving me that feeling that it's not so much the messages in this book. So I've taken the liberty, because I don't, some of the crystals that are in this deck that are like, I have no idea, I've never seen them before in my life. So it's been an experience for me, and some of them are very familiar. However, they've come up with some things for use that are not so familiar to me. So I've done a little bit of research before I've, you know, created this video, and made a few notes, and to help explain just briefly what the key aspects are, or the key healing properties of the crystal that could give you a little bit of a little bit of a zhuzh up, you know, a little bit of boost, or a little bit of pulling and a tugging to help you shift whatever it is that is moving through you, okay, for you, within you. Okay, so anyway, I have the first card out is Apache Tears, and the Apache Tears is about grief, and I actually do have that one, because this one has come up before. So this one is Apache Tears. It's actually a really nice one. It looks like a bit like snowflake obsidian in a way, and it is part of obsidian. So I'm just going to pop that here for now. So Apache Tears, I'm just going to read what the notes, just brief notes, like I say, about what it's about. So Apache Tears is a type of black obsidian, but they have a more friendly vibration than some of the other types of obsidian. They are not altered, but are natural crystals that heal grief. And so some of you may be going through, or something, maybe you may be actually going through a grief that's recent, or somebody that's in the past that is still lingering around. Anyway, they have a strong action to aid emotional healing and bring you comfort when you are grieving. So either way, whether it's somebody who's passed away a long time ago, and you may be still like really feeling it, it's, yeah. Okay, yep. So it's just, they're just assisting you with this crystal for you. Okay, could be someone that's like not long passed away, and it could be not so much someone who's passed away. Usually there's some sort of grief there, you know, from, it could be something like it's ancient, like some of you may be feeling grief from a past life sort of energy, that sort of thing, and you knowing about it. But some of you, it may be grief in another way, okay, another form of grief. So whatever you're feeling, your grief is, Apache Tears has come up for you. So it's number 5 is associated with the Apache Tears in this deck. So it's number 5 in the deck. Number 5 for me is all about energy as well. So what I'm hearing is like, energy is everything basically. So with energy, we've just got to be mindful about how we, how we put it out there, how we emanate it, whether it's through voice, sound, voice, touching, sending out that vibe through thought and that sort of thing. It's like, it's about being mindful of that, because it's kind of, because we can, like how some of you may be like quite empathic, we can feel things of others. So we're just going to be mindful that actually, if we can feel things of other people, what are we putting out? Okay, so that's kind of where they don't, what's going on there. And so some of you, I feel like you may be feeling somebody else's grief, because you might be quite empathic yourself. Okay, the other card that come out is number 14, which is carnelian, and I love this stone. It's beautiful. It's like I never thought to get it out. I do have a piece, but I don't know where it is. Oh, I do know where it is. So, okay, so that one's a little bit redder than my one. Looks a little bit more redder, but this is carnelian here, this one, and it looks a little bit like, that's not carnelian, but it's a little bit more orangier than this one here. So cool. I'm going to put that one over there for now. And carnelian. Okay, so carnelian is basically it's a stabilizing stone. So carnelian restores vitality and motivation and stimulates creativity. It gives courage, promotes positive life choices, it dispels apathy, and motivates for success. Carnelian is also used for overcoming abuse of any kind. It helps in trusting yourself and your perceptions. Cool. Which is interesting because it's kind of like we kind of briefly talked about that, didn't we? So it's number 14 in the deck. So 14, one is it's about new beginnings. And I say usually because, okay, when I talk about usually, because I don't normally say that usually, it's usually about new beginnings. And I feel like what they mean by that is like sometimes like the new beginning may not seem like it's a new beginning, but we don't recognize it, and so it can be the beginning of the end. okay, it could be the beginning of the end or the end of the beginning, which is really, I know it's an interesting thing. I said that before, and another time, and so I'll leave that with you to get your head around that one. So, but it's about new beginnings basically, and so when there's something ends, like with a 9 or a 10, there's also always something new that begins. That's what I feel like they're meaning by that. So, and then number 4 is about grounding and stimulation, stability. Okay, so in building that foundation, and whether it's been family, whether it be finances, whether it be, anything to do with, where am I going that with security, building security up of some sort, okay? Usually, generally around finances and that sort of thing, in the home, in the home. Cool. Normally they've got heaps to say, which is really weird, so I'm just waiting to hear. So they've kind of been really quite short, quick, to the point, so that maybe something that's going on with you, or some of you may be a bit short, quick, and to the point, and maybe and some of you are maybe not, or needing to be. So whatever that means for you, that's really interesting. So that's cool. So then we have the spirit quartz. So there's 4 that come out. So and that's number 54 in the deck. And so 55 once again goes back to energy. 4 is about foundations, which we've just already talked about. So so the spirit quartz carries energies of harmony and balance. It also can help you guide your spirit to reach your spiritual growth and enlightenment. And whenever you're feeling restless or unhinged, this stone can help restore the harmony and balance back into your life. So something maybe a little bit about balance within your life. So this energy, this crystal here will help bring that, quartz will help you bring that back to balance. So that would be a nice one, that is suggested to have around you. The last one that's come up is the emerald, which is number 22 in the deck. So 2s are typically about relationships. So it's either bringing someone in or someone is going out, and how we relate to others and them to us. So it could be a partnership, a friend, or some, or something like that, with someone who shares space with you. And it could be someone like it's at workspace in that sort of sense as well. So there's 2 there. So that must be, there may be something like, and it could be like interesting, because I'm hearing like it could be like something that you haven't seen, like you building a relationship with yourself, and you're maybe seeing another aspect of you that is not so much, changing, or bringing out of you. Okay, so hone into that one, emerald, which is interesting. Good, because I did not know this, but I'll read on a bit. I'll read this on. So emerald can be a okay. What have I written here? What have I got here? Okay, emerald. can be a remedy eye-related problems, can be for help from God, can help with remedy eye-related problems, infertility, spinal and health problems in the wearers, in addition to enhancing the intellectual capabilities of Taurus natives. Okay. The best lucky stone for Taurus women is emerald. Interesting. I didn't know that one. In fact, by nature, the Taurus women love wearing this gemstone, which is really interesting. Cool. I don't think I've really taken that much notice of that. Cool. Emerald. So there we go. That might be a good thing for you to do for this month, okay? Especially if you're looking at wanting to get pregnant, and you may be taking a little bit, well, it may be taking a little, might be a bit tricky getting pregnant for you. So that would be a really nice one for you to do, get for you. Okay. Okay. Anyway, it's gone all quiet now. So I'm just looking at those cards and thinking that's a really nice little lineup with some nice energy there for you to help you move through this week or this month, or however long you feel you need either one of those or all of those or two of those crystals or three of those crystals. It's whatever resonates with you. So I'm just going to draw a couple of cards out of here to see what comes up, whether the tarot deck for you, because there's a few messages that they would like to talk with you. So for some of yous interested, pardon me, maybe something coming up with about, there's a lot of like interruptions here. So it's maybe something, because I'm just hearing like with these interruptions, I feel like they're hearing, all I'm hearing is that these interruptions may in fact be like guidance or distraction to helping you make your mind up, or shift you from somewhere where you'd rather not be to somewhere where you'd rather be. Could be in work. It could be like at the home, or doing something different at home or at work. It could be like a different sport. It could be anything really, but it's just something's changing. But because the Eight of Pentacles has come around, it's because I'm kind of thinking, there may be a little bit of a block there, and like not so much in expressing that you want to change, or it could be that, but it's like it's just like not, it's just weird. Because the Eight of Pentacles has come up, and it's about news. So it's clearly whatever it is to do with money or finances and something. There's some sort of a change there where you may be looking at a new job or studying something new in order to like, it could be like like you're training for something. It could be apprenticeship. It could be like because this is about like learning new skills, the Eight of Pentacles. So you could be like going to do some studying to upskill yourself, and you may be doing something like an apprenticeship or some new training, not so much just to upskill yourself, but it could be a whole new life, like a whole new journey for you as far as work, in changing your the work that you do completely for some of you. So there's something to do with learning new skills, because like we're just talking about the jobs, the work that you're in, you may think, okay, I'm over this, but it's about you taking that next step. So something may come up for you, and I just feel like the universe is talking about, going, maybe looking at that, looking into doing something. It may not happen overnight, but it will happen. At least for some of you, it may be like, okay, I'm going to start looking, or I'm going to start figuring out, or creating a plan, about how this is going to work out, how this can work out. So this is the Wheel of Fortune, and it's in reverse. So there may be some changes with finances, or something that's coming up that you've maybe not really, because some of you, I'm hearing like maybe not taking into account what is happening or what can happen, and not looking at the bigger picture, like it's like, because this is in reverse. So in some of you, it may be that, oh gosh, it's like you're going to take the risk, okay? And even that's why I feel like for some of you, this is in reverse. So it's like and it's like you're going to take the risk, because the Wheel of Fortune is about changes in fortune, and it's like, because take the risk and do something else, or just to do with this work. And some of you, it will be, you know, like going back to study, or it will be learning a new trade or a trade, because where you were working, you've lost that job because of this, you know, pandemic that has been around, and you have to find another job. So it's like there's an upskilling sort of a thing. So that could change the way, and you know, because there's some sort of change in fortune. So I've tuned it up the right way, because I feel like that is why, you know, you're looking at these new skills, because for some of you it's like your work has changed, and it's affected your fortune, basically. So, but what the Wheel of Fortune is like talking about is that, you know, there is a cycle. You know, there is a cycle. There's a journey, and it's up to us how we create it. And sometimes in that cycle, we can be at the bottom of the wheel, and you know, with nothing, because it's like there's almost like the, you know, they're showing you like the bigger stage, being quite poor, and then, you know, you work your way up around, and you're coming up, and you're on the top, and then it's like that cycle that goes around. So, and some, you know, they're talking about that, but she's in control in the middle. She's in the middle there. She's got her, and she's blindfolded, but it's like, even though she can't see where she's going, it's like a cycle, basically. That's where I've not really looked at it like that, fully like that, or explained it like that. It's usually a lot clearer. But anyway, I think you get what I mean. But yeah, because I'm just getting like she's in control of it, though. It's okay. Because what I'm getting, like, she's in control of it, but sometimes we feel like we don't have any control over it. But it's like, which is why in another way it was in reverse, because that's where that's like, in some ways we don't feel like we have any control. And sometimes we don't, but it's like, sometimes it's the better, it's sometimes what we don't think is, when something like this happens and we do lose our job, it could be the better, could be a good thing in a way. That's what I'm hearing from that as well. There's lots of things going on there, but I hope you understand that, because for some of you, there's definitely like, it's been out of your control about what has happened as for with the finances. But it's like it's working out. Things will work out, is what they're trying to say. It's like they're having faith that in that cycle of life, of our fortunes, it just goes around like that sometimes. And I only know too well how that works as well, and many of you will know that as well. But it will come around to where you would like it to be, because actually you're in control of that. Phew. Wow. Anyway, and here's the next card, is the King of Cups. One who both fears and one who both who both fears and loves. And what they mean, what is meant by that, Spirit, because it's kind of just changes with a different read. It's like, you know, the King of Cups, and it's like it's like he's gung-ho and he wants to go and do this, and but it's like, where's it going with it? Not letting our emotions get in the way of something, of our fears, okay? Because our fears, our emotions could be the thing that stops us from doing something that we know that we'd love to do. And I feel like there's a combination with all these cards here, with these 3 cards here, that is like, for some of you, it's like you've always wanted to do something different, and now it's here, now it's your opportunity to do that. So, which could change your fortune. So it's like the whole energy has changed since that, about 2 minutes ago, when I was trying to figure out what Spirit were trying to say. But it's like, this is how that whole energy changes. It's like when we get out of our head, and sometimes we've just got to not let our emotions get in the way of what it is that, you know, from trying things, exploring things, and not overthinking it and looking too far back, and taking control of what it is, our feelings, as to how that could turn out. And not looking, you know, instead of looking at it as a negative, it could actually be the best thing possible, because you get an opportunity to do something different than what you had, you know, you maybe not wanted to do right now. But it's like, okay, cool, awesome. So the King is there, and he's sitting there, and he's like, okay. And I feel like this with the King of Cups, because that's what generally he's like, it's like he's overcome that now, and he's taken this. It's like getting to that stage where you overcome it, and you go for it. It's like feel the fear and do it anyway, or feel the love and do it anyway. If you're feeling fearful, or turn it into love and then do it. Okay, and then once you get over it and you realize, and then you can say, oh well, actually that was you can own up and fess up that was a bit of a fear. It was a little bit scary doing that, but you know what? I turned it into love. I turned it into I'll feel the love and do it anyway. So you've conquered that bit. You've gone past that, because the next card out, look at that, is the Ace of Pentacles. So, you know, and that's about a new beginning. So something, you know, comes out of the blue happens. So there seems to be like there's a gift comes through you, or an opportunity comes. You know, you may not see it right now, or you may see something. You may have seen something a little while ago and not taken up that opportunity, but now it's come back around again for some of you, I feel. But it's like there's an opportunity or a gift or something that comes up where that can help you with your financial status, or you know, okay, financial status is the word, is the other word, status. Yeah. Cool. So, okay, so it could be in the form of a job opportunity or a business opportunity of some sort. So definitely, obviously, something financial that will bring something financial, a change. But it's because I feel like you've let, you know, it's like that's something that comes up. It's because you're working on your emotions, and it's like I'm gonna feel the love and do it anyway. I'm gonna feel, because they could be quite, the energy of that one could be hold off on things, through commitment or something like that, or whatever, or that I'm just hearing like fear of change, or you know, or not of that, a fear of the unknown. But it's like this comes along, so it's kind of like a nice little confirmation for you. Cool. Oh my gosh, well that took a little while to unravel, but there you go. I feel like we had to go through that process, just like you're going through that process now, and figuring out where it is, how it is, and allowing yourself to move in a direction. Okay, cool. I'm going to leave it there. You're going to have an amazing week, and maybe a couple of weeks for this this may unfold. Whatever it is for you, I'm going to leave you with that, with love, peace, harmony, and joy, excitement and adventure. And I will see you next Monday with, follow on from that. Cool. Bye for now.